Authority, we use that word a lot. What does that word mean? And again, maybe because I teach Sunday school all the time and everything, I'm always boiling it down. Authority is just who's in charge. You know, I'm in charge. My husband and I, we're in charge at our house. People won't come in unless we let them in. We open that door, we shut the door. I'm in charge. It's a great feeling. It is a perk of being a grown-up. One of the few perks, probably. That's right. It's just about being in charge. So what does that mean practically in your life? Somebody needs to exercise the authority of Jesus. My grandfather exercised a lot of evil authority in his life, but somebody needs to exercise the authority of Jesus. I love this story, again, going back to Moses. This is like one of those really fun, cool stories where he shows up and he's got his staff with Aaron. It's actually Aaron's staff. And it's the first thing that he does as a sign and wonder to Pharaoh, right? He throws the staff down and the staff becomes a snake. And then Pharaoh's all like, ha, we can totally do that trick. And it says in that passage that he called out the magicians and their sorcerers or whatever, and they all come out, and it doesn't really give an account. Prince of Egypt lied to us. There wasn't just two. They really wasn't an actual count. So there's all these other magicians. They throw their staffs down, and they become snakes too, right? And then it says that Moses's or Aaron's staff ate all the other snakes, right? I love this story. I love this eating a snake story. Moses must have liked it too because, you know, the snake thing kind of happened again later on where there was a snake outbreak, right? And everybody's getting bitten in the wilderness because they didn't believe God. But he doesn't do that now, y'all. We're under Jesus, so no snake's going to bite you. Don't worry, kids. Sorry. Anyway, and so God says to Moses, he was like, make a serpent, hang it up on a pole, right? And everyone who looks at that serpent is going to get saved. And so he does that. He makes a bronze serpent, he puts it on a pole, and everyone that got bit by the bad snakes looked at that serpent, and they were immediately healed, and they didn't die. And what's the point of that? Jesus says in John chapter 3, just as the serpent had to be lifted up in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up so that all men may be saved. It means that Jesus, who knew no sin, it says in 2 Corinthians, became sin so that you may be the righteousness of Christ. Meaning he became a snake, he became sin, so that when we would look at him, we would be healed, we would be saved, right? Okay, so in my mind, because I have a really active imagination, me exercising authority in my land is me throwing down the cross. I don't have a cool Aaron rod staff going on, but I have the cross. And that cross, in my mind, that wooden cross is the image of Jesus Christ becoming sin, conquering sin and death, right? And I, in my land, am going to be the one to throw it down so that it can eat everything coming at my kids, everything coming at me, everything coming at my husband, everything coming out to the people that I love and care about. Right now, if there's something I want you to have faith in, it's the faith in the cross and throw it down on your ground. It ate up, the cross of Jesus literally ate up the path of destruction that my grandfather tried to wreak in my life. And anytime new evidence of anything else comes in, and I pause and I meditate on the cross, and I come into agreement of that, it completely overcomes. Jesus did not ask us to be an overcomer if he himself was not an overcomer. He has overcome the world. Let him overcome yours. But it's only going to happen if you know that you were the chosen one to throw it down in your garden, to say no more. And thankfully, Jesus didn't stay on that cross. Then we get to open the door. We shut the door and say, you don't get to come in anymore. We open the door and we say, resurrection, come in. All the amazing things of Jesus come in. I remember when my kids were younger, I was so obsessed with the curses that were handed down to me. And trust me, there were plenty, like so many bad stuff in my family line. My sister asked my other side of the family grandfather if there was like literally anything good in our family line. And he said, I don't think so. Anyway, I mean, it's bad. And so I remember I prayed. You people, you have no idea how many curses I have broken, and I'm not anti that. But I remember one time Jesus said, you know, my blessing are so much bigger than the curse. How about you focus on praying in that? How about instead of worrying so much about breaking the curse over your son Jesse and Tessa and Kate, you realize that they are saved because they gave their lives to me, and my righteousness is inside of them. My power is inside of them. And you speak to that and you say, manifest and come out in Jesus' name. It's so much bigger. So yeah, throw it down and let it devour stuff when the bad stuff comes. But guys, the resurrection power of Jesus, all the good stuff of Jesus, call it in.